Could Joe Biden, the 46th President of the United States, harbor a darker past on the issue of racism than his public persona suggests? This question is not to pass judgment, but rather to delve into the complexities of a long political career, where actions and statements are often more nuanced than they appear. Our journey begins in the early 70s when Biden was a young senator. He opposed busing, a policy aimed at desegregating schools. His reasoning was that it was a matter of states' rights rather than a federal issue. However, critics argue that this stance indirectly supported racial segregation. Scene script. Fast forward to the year 1986, Biden's stance on crime took a turn that would later be criticized as racially insensitive. In his push for the Anti-Drug Abuse Act, which led to significant racial disparities in sentencing, Biden's language was seen by many as a reflection of racial bias. In the 90s, Biden played a crucial role in passing the crime bill. While the bill was aimed at reducing crime, it disproportionately affected minority communities, leading to mass incarcerations. Critics argue that this policy was a manifestation of systemic racism. In the early 21st century, Biden's record on race became more progressive. As vice president, he played an instrumental role in the Obama administration, which focused on issues such as healthcare reform, equality, and civil rights. Despite this, his past actions continued to be scrutinized. In the year 2020, Biden's presidential campaign was marked by numerous apologies for his previous stances, particularly his opposition to busing and his role in the crime bill. However, his critics argue that these apologies were politically motivated rather than sincere. In conclusion, Biden's stance on racism over the years appears to be a complex tapestry of evolving ideologies and political pragmatism. From his opposition to busing in the 70s to his apologies during the 2020 presidential campaign, his actions have been interpreted differently depending on one's perspective. This video examined key moments in Biden's political career: his opposition to busing in the 70s, his role in the Anti-Drug Abuse Act and crime bill, and his apologies during his presidential campaign. The goal was not to label Biden as a racist, but to explore the allegations of racism that have been part of his political journey. Whether these allegations hold any truth is a question left to individual interpretation.